It's day 5 of the government shutdown. I'm probably not going to cover too much about the government in this video, so if that offends you or bores you, you may want to just watch something else. Wouldn't blame you a bit. But apparently you came this far to see day 5. I see that day 1 through 4 hasn't gone terribly bad, so I'm going to cover each day of it in my own way. Here's what I got for you today that I've noticed as a U.S. citizen in general. More mumbo jumbo, and they're doing back pay for some back pay for some government workers. Pretty much an unch. In Wall Street, unch means unchanged. So there's really not much going on with the government shutdown at this point, other than some back pay for some, which to me is a slap in the face to the rest of the people. Again, the government treating some people as if they're more important than others. I've always had a problem with that, always will, I stand by that. Moving on from that, I did watch a video from somebody here on YouTube. It's not his own video. He has no right to it. He has no say in it. He stole the video. He ripped it, which is fine by me. I'm just making that as a point. The video is it's basically a documentary on Anonymous. The video has been posted up on a channel called CMO Snake, and he has taken credit for it to some of a lesser extent because in his description box I don't see where he says this is not my video. I simply wanted to share it. He didn't say that, so I'm not going to judge the guy for it. As a matter of fact, I might actually be a little bit impressed that he put it up because I actually got to see it for the first time. I watched it in its entirety for an hour and 35 minutes. I liked it up only because I wanted to save it on my channel so I could go back and reference to it. I did download it and I'll watch it back a little bit later after I think about what I saw. The video itself was very informative. It was interesting. It talked a lot about the government. It talked a lot about hackers. It talked a lot about laws. You mad, bro? I never understood where that statement actually came from. I never actually understood the true definition of the word trolling. I thought I did because it happened to me so many times. It's been basically my existence here on YouTube, being trolled. People pulling laws or laugh out louds on me. There's all kinds of different terminologies on the internet for that. So I did watch it in its entirety because it was not actually produced by the channel that I watched it from. Otherwise I would not have given it any credit. I'm not attacking that individual. As I said, I wouldn't have seen it unless he posted it, but I'm not going to comment on that video due to the fact that posting a video like that should be something that was done for not entertainment purposes, but simply because it needed to be shared. So for that I gave it a like, and I will go no further with that individual as to that video being posted. Here on YouTube, as you know, you can post anything that you want. The DMCA is a frivolous act. It's stupid, it's irritating, because the counterclaim wins continuously. Until they change the law to the Supreme Court, a counterclaim will win every single time, which today, that means you own the video for life. Nobody can ever DMCA it again. It cannot be TOS'd or anything of that nature. TOS only, by my means, is, unless it's something ridiculously, habitually just foul. Alright, so moving on from that, I have the tendency to give credit where credit is due. I see no credit to give out right now, so I can't do that. The reason I bring that up is because I'm going to give credit to myself. I had a person here just about a week ago after I did a podcast, and they even stated that it was okay for me to do the podcast, and a couple of weeks later they heard something they didn't like, and now all of a sudden they're my critic and they want me to pull the video down. Well, instead of pulling their video down, I didn't even comment back to them. I simply pulled all the videos down for the podcast. Alright? Let's play this a little bit farther than you wanted to. Since I pulled your podcast down, I also pulled everybody else's podcast down. Now we can all thank one person for all podcasts being brought down. So that the power they feel now in their hearts, that they feel like they're strong and they're powerful because they got me to pull a video down, they also got me to pull all the rest of them down. The reason I'm doing this is simple. It's a boycott on the critics that don't like something about you. They tend to think that they have this power over you by telling other people that they don't like you. Well, I happen to know for a fact that when it comes to podcasts, especially the ones that I did, it's not about the individual. It's about the situation. It's about people sharing information, sharing their thoughts in the real, for real. And I thought that was to be commended. Or commendable, I'm sorry. But if this one person doesn't like that, if he doesn't want to be seen as commendable, I figured, you know what? The rest of the podcast should be seen the same way. In other words, blacked out. Until I feel differently. My podcasts were about truth, reality, and the way it really is. This person said the same thing. They said it in their video. Talking to me in an interview. I'm not upset. I'm not mad, bro. But what you did was censorship. What you did was say, you don't like something that I did. So you want it gone. Fine. It's gone. You win. You win on your side of that mentality. If you don't like something that you hear come out of my mouth, and you want me to remove it, that means that you've been ultimately pwned and owned. The laws are in full effect on this guy, because he made the video in good interpretation of what he was saying. We all heard it, thought it was good. But I believe that this guy's actually acting out this way because he's got some low views on his interview. Not a lot of people commented, not a lot of people cared. But then I thought, if you're keeping it real, it doesn't matter. The point that you get to say what you want is what matters. You get to say what you really think is what matters. Not the idea that you can tell somebody, I don't like what you stand for now, so I want you to pull the video that I really believed in down. And that's what we got from this guy. By the way, his name is Joe Cool, and I believe that he is absolutely destroying the idea that some of us are here to actually spread our point across the board, to actually deliver a message. As I said, Joe Cool decided that he didn't like what I stood for now. So the video that I have up on Joe Cool through the podcast, which he said was real, he no longer wants up. So if he doesn't want it up, I guess he didn't believe in what he said. So I guess it was laws on his part. Which means we cannot take a word he says in the real. Nothing he does or says is in the real. Because if he is that worried about the fucking podcast that I made with him, where he said he was keeping it real, and I believed he was, if he wants that down because he doesn't believe what I'm saying today, that means he doesn't believe what he was saying then. No, I'm not mad, bro, but I now see you for what you are. I will never ask you for a podcast again, but know this. That thing is in the memory banks of a lot of people. A lot of people heard it, a lot of people saw it, a lot of people remember it. I have it stored, and it's still on YouTube. And once you get past your brain rape, your mentality of thinking that people are going to do and say exactly what you think or do, once you get past that, it's going right back up. I'm going to let you stomp your feet, cry a little bit, get some Kleenex, and tell everybody how sad you are because they got to see you in the real. I'm going to let you go through that little temper tantrum. And once you're done with it, it's going right back up. So enjoy your little peace of mind for a while that you got me to take some videos down. Because we all know that's bullshit. It means nothing. But instead of listening to you cry, I decided to remove the video. Temporarily. In the meanwhile, you can go on full-time and permanently being the douchebaggery that you are, which is the Joe Cool Show. That's day 5 of the government shutdown. Torp out.